welcome to Carnival Breakfast Show coming to you from Carnival Radio. This is Newspaper Review. I am Joseph Wekola. Good morning and welcome once again. As you all know, this is where we review interesting stories from our daily newspapers. I have the Punch with me, I have the Vanguard with me, I have the Post with me, and at the end of the newspaper review, we'll be taking reactions from our listeners. So if you have any reactions, please be taking each of the story, be taking the note of everything. So at the end of the segment, you will be taking reactions from you. All right. So before we read the news and details, here are the headlines. Starting from the Punch, a newspaper, military salaries each 924 billion naira as Tinubu approves pay rise. Jigawa approves 3.5 billion naira loan for 2027 Hajj pilgrims. Habia Assembly passes law to protect tenants from landlords, house agents. Wike afraid of cows. Isaac Fayoshi reacts to AFCT's minister's comment on Ramin Kartu. Another last headline for this morning: illegal mining rush fuels fresh insecurity fears in Taraba. Now to the news details. Military salaries each 924 billion naira as Tinubu approves pay rise. President Bola Tinubu has approved the salary increase of between 30 and 80% of about 250,000 personnel of the armed forces, raising the military's annual wage bill from 660 billion naira to 924 billion naira in the biggest upward review of military salaries under his administration. The new pay structure will take place effect from September 1, 2026, grant the highest increases to junior personnel, with soldiers from the rank of private to staff sergeant receiving an 80% salary increase, warrant officers to colonels getting 50%, while brigadier generals to generals we earn 30% more. Announcing the package on Tuesday, the presidency said the salary review was in recognition of the sacrifices military personnel continue to make in the fight against terrorism, banditry, and kidnapping, adding that the administration would continue to prioritize troop welfare and modernize the armed forces with advanced weapons and technology. The announcement drew widespread commendation from retired senior military officers who described the pay rise as a major morale booster, capable of improving troop commitment, recruiting, and operational effectiveness. They, however, urged the federal government to ensure prompt implementation and complement the salary review with modern weapons, improved logistics, accommodation, healthcare, and other welfare packages. The news was sourced from The Punch. newspaper. Military salaries hit 924 billion naira as Tinubu approves pay rise. I'm also confess that's a very great good news because I'm so happy and elated to hear that our military men now have a pay rise. They would have more to take home for their families, to take care of the children, and to take care of themselves. So this is very good news, and I commend the presidency for this great initiative, and that is a very good one, very good one. All right, moving forward to another story from the Punch newspaper, same from the Punch newspaper, and is where Jigawa approves 3.5 billion naira loan for 2027 Hajj pilgrims. The Jigawa State Executive Council has approved 3.5 billion naira loan for the payment of the 2027 Hajj deposit for intending pilgrims for the state. The State Commissioner for Information, Youth, Sport and Culture, Sagar Musa, disclosed this while briefing journalists on the outcome of the State Executive Council meeting held on Tuesday at the Government House, the Jigawa State capital. According to the commissioner, the approval reflects Governor Huma Namade's commitment to the welfare of the state citizens. He explained that the money is for 466 intending pilgrims from the state. Musa said the approval would help the state meet the requirement of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, noting that the council's approval is aimed at ensuring the successful participation of its citizens in the 2027 Hajj pilgrimage, while complying with the directives of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria. The heli deposit, it noted, will secure logistics for pilgrims. Adding that, the heli payment will secure the state allocated Hajj slot and facilitate timely arrangement for accommodation, transportation, feeding, and other essential services for the intending pilgrims. Musa described the move as strategic for proper planning. The news was sourced from the Punch newspaper. Jigawa approved 3.5 billion naira loan for 2027 Hajj pilgrims. This is also very good news. The one we read the other time, as regard the military pay rise, that was very good one. And this one we just read now is also a very good one. It's a welcome development in which people would have options and they have more to do, to plan, and it'd be very easy for them to plan for the 2027 Hajj, thanks to the Jigawa state government to consign stakeholders, and this is a very good one, and I hope the government can keep up with this. They can help other parastatals too, other industries too, other religions and other things too, the health sector, other sectors as well, agricultural sector and educational sector, all other sectors too that need a loan to achieve a certain aim and objectives. All right, we're moving forward to another interesting story from the Daily Post and his paper, and that's something spectacular, happened in Abia State, where Abia Assembly passes law to protect tenants from landlords' house agent. Trust me, this is going to be a very good and interesting story because a lot of people have been clamoring for this. They need a law to guard the landlords and the agents and worldwide, not even in Nigeria as a whole, as a nation. And it has come to pass in Abia State. So let's read the news and details. Abia State House of Assembly presided over by the Speaker Emmanuel Emerua has passed the HAB 34 sponsored by the Deputy Speaker Augustine Okezi and another lawmaker Mandela Obazi into law. The law was established as Abia State Property and Tenancy Regulatory Authority to protect tenants in the state from any exorbitant or wicked activities of landlords and house agents in the state. The law will also protect the right of landlords in a situation where tenants living in their houses become lawless or go contrary to agreement. The new law became necessary following the outcry from tenants in Omoha and Haba about the high cost of house rent for residential and commercial buildings. It also followed the complaint where residents of the two major cities in Abia State accused the house agent of conspiring with landlords to jack up house rent. The Abia State House of Assembly also passed a law to improve the criminal administrative system, which would ensure speedy dispensation of criminal cases before the law court. The law, according to the Assembly, would provide fair hearing for all parties in criminal cases. Similarly, the Abia State House of Assembly passed into law Justice Restorative Law, where anybody who causes harm to their victims within Abia State are made to take responsibility of their violent actions. News results from the Post newspaper. Abia Assembly passes law to protect tenants from landlords' house agent. Okay, do you want me to say something on this? Because I must confess, this is a very great development in Abia State. This is all the state in Nigeria want, or the citizen of each state in Nigeria want. We want this, they've been clamoring for this in Lagos State, in your state, in Port Harcourt, in Abuja. The house rent cost is really alarming, the way they increase house rent in Nigeria as a whole, nation, states in Nigeria as a whole, is very alarming and concerning, and that is why I'm happy to see this and happening in Abia State, because this is a very good one, and a welcome development as well. And house agents too, they also have their whole part. The house rent will be 150,000, and they will tell you the total package is 250,000, 300,000, 400. It's be like, wow, this is a outrageous. And I want to commend the Abia State House of Assembly for this great development, for this law. And this is not one-sided. The law will guide the tenant, and the law will also guide the landlords in the state. When they have lawless tenants in their house, they could subject them to the law. They could subject them to the court of law, of appropriate jurisdiction to take actions, and that's a very good one. And also, in case that the landlords would want to act against the law, contrary to the law, the tenant too could take them to the court of law, to bring their request to home. This is not what we agreed on when I came into your house, and this is a very good one, and I'm happy to see this, and I am so sure that a lot of people out there will also be so happy for this greatest development. All right, moving forward to another interesting story. This story is coming from the Daily Post newspaper, and it's all about the younger brother to former state governor in Ekiti State, Isaac Fayose, and it as regards the wiki comments on the Roman Kertu, and Isaac Fayose says, "Wiki are afraid of cows." He reacted to a FCT minister's statement as regards Roman Kertu. All right, let's read the news details. Nigeria businessman Prince Isaac Fayose has accused the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory (FCT) Newsom Wiki of looking away from the disturbing incident of cattle roaming the street of Abuja. The newsman recalls that the minister at a media chat in Abuja on Tuesday was questioned about the development and what the FCT administration was doing to stop the ugly trend. Responding, Wiki claimed it is a national security matter stating that the National Security Advisor (NSA) and the Department of State Services (DSS) will handle it. Reacting, Fayose in a post on his official Facebook page on Wednesday said, "Wike fears cows more than human beings. According to him, government that is afraid of cows but quick to disrespect human beings." That was what Isaac Fayose said. Of course, this news was sought from the Post newspaper. Wike afraid of cows. Isaac Fayose reacts to FCT minister's comment on Romin Kato. I don't know what you have to say on this, but do you really think handling of cows in FCT Abuja is is handling of it is belongs to the NSA, National Security Advisor, and DSS? Is it their job? Is it their job, or the minister have to take a decisive action as regard that? Do you think is the duty is the duty of the NSA, or and DSS of the minister? I don't know what you have to say, and I'm unopinionated as regards this. All right, just as well, we'll be drawing the court. Before we go, we will read the news. This is the recap of the headlines. Habia Assembly passes law to protect tenants from landlords' house agents. Wiki afraid of cows. Isaac Fayose reacts to FCT minister's comment on Romin Kertu. Jigawa approved 3.5 billion loan for 2027 Hajj pilgrims. Military salaries hit 924 billion naira as Tinubu approves pay rise. And with that, we've come to the end of this paper review. Thank you very much for being the part of these conversations. A very great one to have you listening to us. All right, next time I'll be coming your way. Please do what to be a law-abiding citizens. Let us, abide the law. Do not let us act contrary to the stipulated law. All right, my name remains Joseph Oyikola. Good morning, and please do well to enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.